What's up, everybody? It's Brian with you from TheGameCommon, and guess what? We're back playing some Hearts of Iron 4. It has been a long time since I played some Hearts of Iron 4. If you're new to the channel, when the game first came out, I played it pretty much non-stop. Like every day, as soon as I got off work, I came home and played it for like pretty much all day till I went to bed. It was just one of those games that I got super addicted to. Like, I think this game would take the award on my channel for like having the largest backlog. I think at one point I had like 20 or 30 episodes at one point. It was ridiculous. Like, I enjoyed the crap out of this game. And then I think we went on vacation or something like that, and I kind of just stopped playing it. And so here we are a couple years later, and I'm back playing it. I've had a lot of people say, hey, you should go back and play it. And I've been wanting to. I've just been hesitant because this is a very complex game, and so if you don't play it for a while, it's very easy to kind of forget a lot of the mechanics. So I think about 3 weeks ago or so, I said I was gonna play it again. I ended up buying the latest expansion, the Waking the Tiger, which I know Man the Guns is coming out soon. We'll have to see when it actually comes out, but so yeah, I've been basically practicing in my own time, just trying to remember all the mechanics, and I think I'm finally good enough that I'm willing to put myself on camera. We'll see how this goes. That being said, I'm going to need your guys' help. So this backlog, we're going to keep it as small as possible, which usually means I'm about an episode ahead. So I need your guys' help. So please offer any support you can. Please, please, please. So if you're new to Hearts of Iron 4, essentially it's a World War II simulator. It's made by Paradox. Same people who make Crusader Kings 2 also make EU4, and this is a World War II simulator, so we can either start 1939 as World War II is raging, or we can go back to 1936 and basically build up our country a little. So we'll do 1936, and we can then pick any country on the map. So, you know, we could be Denmark, we could be Canada, we could be the US. And essentially, there's three major factions. You have the communist faction, you have the fascist faction, and you have the democratic faction. Now, the fascists and communists can declare war on basically anyone. The democratic faction can't. They have to let the world tension tick up to a certain point before they can start declaring war. The thing with the democratic factions, though, is they tend to be a little stronger. So, essentially, their goal is to basically get in the war as quick as possible. So the United States, they usually start really slow because they have to build up their infrastructure, but once they enter the war, it's kind of like good night to everyone. So anyways, we talked about playing as China. The reason I wanted to play as China is A, they got basically buffed quite a bit in Waking the Tiger. However, all my test games have not gone particularly well. They have a lot of negatives still with their country, and I just don't know I'm good enough to actually successfully survive as China yet. But they start off with this army corruption, which basically is a negative 50% division attack and defense. That means all of their armies are going to do 50% less damage on attack and on defense. That is ridiculously painful because if you're not aware of World War II, Japan declares war on you fairly early on, and so surviving Japan early on can be a bit difficult. The other negative is they start off with almost no tech. Well, they start off with no tech and only like 2 tech slots, so they tend to fall really far behind in tech as well. So that mixed with the army corruption is just nasty. Last time I ended up playing as China, I ended up surviving all the Japanese attacks. They weren't able to take anything from us. We weren't really able. I think I took a couple territories. I think I went up here. I got like just a little bit of this. But it just was not that fun because it was just like grinding. So I decided to play something a little more fun. So we're going to play as Japan because Japan's going to have a little more freedom to do whatever the heck they want. Now, there's a couple things we could do with Japan. Number one, we could declare a very early war on the United States. This is possible. And if you do declare an early war on the United States, you can actually knock them out before they get to be super dangerous. I don't think I'm going to do that. The reason why is I ended up reading a bunch of people talking about it and stuff like that, and everyone pretty much says if Japan ever conquers the US, it's like they're going to win at that point. There's just like nothing that can compete with them because they're just going to get all the production from the US, and it just makes the game really easy. So because of that, I decided, you know what, I don't think I want to do that early war. I don't necessarily want to fight the United States. I actually want them to join the Axis with me in Germany, but we're definitely not going to declare an early war. Instead, I think we're just going to go for China. China does give us quite a bit of production as well once we conquer it. Also a lot of manpower, which is going to be great. And then we can come down here to the click. I don't really know how you say that. I'm going to butcher all these Chinese words especially, but there's a ton of resources down here that we can go ahead and grab. So that's going to be kind of our early goal. Other thing is we are going to leave historical AI focuses off. What that's going to allow for is potentially the United States could become fascist. Potentially Germany could become democratic. The Soviet Union could become fascist or democratic. You know, there's a lot of variability in it, which I like. You know, doing the historic one I think is okay, like maybe once or twice, but I really just want like a bunch of random crap happening because I think that's fun. So we're going to go ahead and start. And let's load into the map and we'll kind of talk a little bit about what's going on here. I don't know how much I really want to explain about every little detail. I probably should for those of you who are new to it, but I'm still probably going to miss some stuff and some of it's definitely going to be a little complex. But anyways, so our early goal is we're going to want to take on China and we're going to want to conquer them before 1939. That's going to be our goal. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to our national focus. Now, every single nation has a national focus. Those national focuses are what allows you to do a bunch of really cool things. So as Japan, we could go unthinkable option here. And what this would allow us to do is actually become communist. So then we would team up with Russia and become communist. We could also then come over here and do the Coda faction and become democratic. Actually, wait, no, hold up. Never mind. Yeah, war with Soviet Union. Yeah, this one's democratic, right? I'm almost certain this one's the democratic one, right? Unthinkable option, strengthen the government, young officer, show restoration. I think this is the democratic one. I don't really know. So we could do that. I know this one was... Whatever, we're not doing either of those. We're going to be doing the Purge because we want to do Marco Polo. Because as soon as we get this one, this is going to allow us to declare war on China. So we need to go down this tree as quick as we can to get to that. Because the earlier we can declare war on China, the better, because we already talked about all the negatives that they have. Now, some of the other options is like we can go to the United States, we can look at their focus, and you know they have War Plan Black, which allows them to declare war on the Germans. But we're hoping that they'll do like War Plan Red, and they'll declare war on... Yeah, they'll declare war on Canada and the United Kingdom. So that's where we're going to kind of hope we can curve out the United States. So to start that, we're going to boost our popularity support. So you'll see that they're right now 99% Democratic. I think the 1% is communist. So we're going to try turning them fascist. We're going to talk to them about how wonderful fascism is and hope that they flip. Other thing we're going to do is as soon as we get 10 political power, which is this number right here, we're going to improve relations with them. Hopefully, in my last test, we were able to get a non-aggression pact. So that's kind of where we're going with them. The other thing is we're going to come over here to France and we're going to do the same thing. So we could actually stage a coup. We maybe want to try that. But let's start by boosting... popularity support. The big thing is at one point, France has an option to go with Britain. We don't want that. And in fact, we might want to stage a coup if we see them going that way. Because at that point, I think it might be impossible to get France fascist. So if I could get France and the US fascist and they all join the Axis with me in Germany and Italy, then what we're going to be able to do is pretty much just dominate. My goal then will be to take on China. We're going to come down here and we can look at resources here. And you can see there's a ton of resources down here. Tungsten, steel, chromium. So we're going to want to grab all of that. And in fact, we can even come down here and take on, well... We'll probably go grab India then after that. Yeah, the British Raj, and conquer that from England at some point. But early on, we're not going to declare war, or we're not going to join the Axis. I could, like, right now, be like, hey, I want to join the Axis. Issue with that is we'll get pulled in their wars, they'll get pulled in our wars, and I think that also bumps up world tension, which is this number right here. So, I forgot what it needs to be for, like, the world tension has to be at, like, maybe 50% before... the allies can come in. I don't exactly remember how it works, but it has to be a certain point. I know that. So everything else that's going on. So all of these things right here, we're not going to talk too much about. We're going to do a quick run through of how everything works. Once you get enough political power, you can get different people that kind of change your government, maybe make your army better, you know, give you more attack and all that kind of stuff. But you need political power for that to happen, and it's going to take a little bit for that to get there. You'll see that we're 100% fascist, which is great. So then over here we have decisions. I'm not going to do any of these decisions. These are basically another sink for political power. We're pretty much going to uncheck all of these because my political power is going to go towards A, allying people, hopefully, and then B, getting these guys right here. Like, one of the first ones I want to get is like our infantry attack and defense. That's going to just make all our units better. So then here we have our research tab. So essentially these are all the researches that we can go through. So you have infantry, you have armor, you have navy, you have air, and then you have engineering and industry. We're going to start with here. No. We're going to start here with research time. So that basically makes all our research time quicker. These are pretty much universally agreed as like the best things to start with. Same thing here, production efficiency cap. We'll talk about that here in a little bit. But we really want to get to down here, which basically makes all our factories better. So we pop things out quicker. And then let's see, what did I do next? Let's see if I remembered this correctly. I had a build plan in order. I don't think we did construction. Although building early construction is good. Did we grab? I don't think we grabbed you right away. Now, if you get, so like, for example, I could research this equipment here, which gives us more attack. The thing is, since it's not 1938, you'll notice that it's 2 years ahead of time, it has a bigger penalty. So it's going to take a lot longer to actually research that one. What was the first one I ended up building? It's not that big of a deal. Generally, you start here in your production and get all that going as quick as possible. It definitely wasn't Navy. I know that. It wasn't, I don't think any of this. And I don't think I did the armor either, because we'll get boost on the armor here in a little bit. So then, in that case, then maybe we just grab field hospital? And machine mortars? That seems like a good idea. The other one is grabbing here just to get a little more attack on our artillery is fine as well. I think we will grab this one because this makes all of our units that have better breakthrough, better defense. I like that. And we could actually go and grab the next tech of light tanks. You know what? I don't hate that. I don't hate that. Japan's tanks suck, by the way. You know what? I'm just going to grab field hospital. I know I want field hospital. It's going to take a little while to get, so let's just knock that out to begin with. So then you have, other thing we should talk about is, and let's just go through them. So then diplomacy, this is basically what we do and how we talk to everyone. So, you know, we can click on all these guys and be like, hey, we want this, we want that, whatever. Trade, so if you are lacking resources, so like, for example, right now we are missing oil. So if we're missing oil, we're not going to be able to produce units that need oil quite as efficiently. It's going to take a little bit longer. You'll notice that we actually have, and for whatever reason, it seems to bug out right away. We are actually sending convoys right now to America, but they're just not delivering anything to us. I think it's because we hadn't started the timer. I think once we unpause the game, that'll fix itself. But we'll go more into that here in a little bit. And then we have construction. So there are two different kinds of factories. You have military factories, you have civilian factories. Military factories, the more military factories you have, the more efficiently you can produce units. So you'll notice right now I'm producing infantry equipment. Right now I have 3 factories who are fully dedicated to producing infantry equipment. If I built 15 military factories on it, now all of a sudden you'll notice we're at 78 of these dudes a day. If I'm only building 3, now it's only 18 a day. So obviously more military factories allows you to produce more equipment quicker. One thing to note is there is a production efficiency we talked about earlier with our tech. So this one right here was giving us a production efficiency cap. All that allows is the more you produce of the same equipment, the better the factory gets at producing it. So for example, since right now it's capped at 50%, that means these guys are basically producing more rifles per day because these factories are just like really, really good at it. It's essentially because they're doing the same thing every single day. So those are what military factory does. Civilian factories basically allow you to build military factories. Also, they allow you to build more naval dockyards, more naval bases, forts, all that kind of stuff. Also more infrastructure, which basically allows your people not to run out of supply and stuff like that, but we won't worry too much about that for now. What we're going to focus on to begin with is we're going to build a couple extra civilian factories so we can keep popping things out as quick as possible. So we basically at some point we're going to start shifting and build almost exclusively military factories so we can keep popping out units as quick as possible. So that was construction tab. Production efficiency tab, or production tab rather, this is where we get to say, hey, we want to build this, we want to build that, we want to build that. You'll notice this number right here, this is how many we need of these particular things. And in fact, before we do that, let's go over here to our recruit and deploy. So this is where we basically build new units. So right now we have a couple division already pre-designed. So we could say, hey, we want to train these divisions and we want you to train here. Now, as we build more of these divisions, you'll notice that our need goes up here. So now it's at 6,200. If we keep popping out more of these units, we'll go over here. Now it needs 14,000. So, you know, the more units you build, obviously the more stuff you need. So let's cancel all this for the time being. And we're going to go ahead and actually edit these. I don't know if this is still the case, but all this I know is really, really complex, and apparently most people don't even know what most of this means. But apparently your ideal combat width is always 20. So for whatever reason, we start off with a little more than 20. So we're actually going to remove a couple of these guys. Oh, wait, we don't have... Nah, never mind. We need experience. But that's something we're going to try knocking out as quick as possible. Because we want to get those to 20. And then same thing over here. These guys are at 14. We need to get up to 20. You know, you're at 12, so we want to get you to 20. But we'll probably mostly focus on these guys. So we will go ahead and train a couple of units. I think 5 is a good number. And we'll put their location here because there's a port right there. I also want to train 2 tanks. Same thing here. And then I'm going to train 2 of these guys as well. Nah, let's do 3. Basically, mobile infantry is just a better, quicker version of that infantry, so I like it. We could do Marines as well, but I don't know. I'm not as big on Marines in this one, but basically Marines are better at attacking from the sea, so sure, we'll build 3 Marines as well. So if we come over here now, we're missing some stuff, or actually we have outdated equipment. So we have 2 different subs that are outdated, so let's bump both of these up to the newer version of the subs. Thank you. Are we missing anything? Yeah, so we're not building any motorized or any light tanks. So we want light tanks to be added, and we're going to drag you up here. We also want motorized to come up here as well. So now let's see what we need. We need 1,800, we need 240, we need 469, we need 35, and we need 13,000. So most of our needs are right here. So let's put as many factories as possible on that. And we do want a couple more factories down here. So let's do something like that. So we'll get 3 there. We'll get 4 there. So obviously you can see that these are red now because the production efficiency isn't maxed out. So as we build more of these, that's going to slowly start going up. Our dockyards are in the same situation where we have extra dockyards right now. Are we building everything? Yeah, I think let's just max these guys out. We're just going to do that. So that's good there. We have unassigned divisions. Yeah. So that's all our armies. So let's see. Is there anything else we need to worry about over here? No, I think we're good there. So then let's go ahead and grab all of our units. So let's go here and I want to select every single unit I have. Now you'll notice some of these numbers aren't highlighted. That's because those are ships. So we're going to worry about those in a second. But let's get all of these guys selected. And essentially, we're going to end up moving them around and prepare them for war with China. So first thing I want to do is we're going to go ahead and create a new army. And then I'm going to select all of the ones that have this red by them. Because that means, essentially that means that they are, I can't think of the term. They're reserves. So that means they don't get quite as much, they don't get the equipment as quickly. So basically our normal army is going to get all the equipment as we have it, and then when there's extras they go to the reserves. I think that's how that means. But anyways, so we want to select all those reserves, and these guys are going to hold the front line against China for us. So let's grab all of these guys. Yes. And these guys are eventually good to kind of like just keep in China after we conquer it, and let them essentially just keep the peace. So we're going to select all of these dudes. Thank you. So this first episode obviously is a little slower. I apologize for that, but I feel it's necessary to kind of talk about things. So we'll create another army with these reserves. Thank you. And what we're going to do is we're going to say, hey, I want you to be on this front line right here. So they're going to basically hold this front line. So they're all going to come over here and hold that front line. Now, the thing is, some of these guys are like not in the right ports and stuff like that. So we're going to have to like arrange them and move them and do stuff with them. But I don't know if they'll automatically come over there. I don't think they will. But now we do want to give them a general. And in fact, we probably want to split that into two. Yeah, I probably want to split that into two different groups. So that, because your normal general can only control 24 troops before he starts losing efficiency on it. So then these guys, these are going to be our main attacks. I want all of these guys to come over here. So we want all of you suckers to move over there. If they're just like sitting up over here, will they move there? No. So you're reserved, so you should be moving automatically. So we're just going to have to kind of see if everyone moves where they're going. So these guys, what's going to happen is we're going to end up basically having them invade China. And the best way to take over China is to basically get a bunch of your troops here. So you hold the front line. Because China, one thing China has is a ton of manpower, like ridiculous amounts of manpower. So they're going to have like stacks of like 20 troops over here, which our stacks of like 3 or 4 are still going to be able to compete with them. They're not going to be able to conquer us. But we're really going to have a hard time pushing through that many troops. So our goal then is to basically naval invade over here and basically cut them all off. And if we can come here on this line right here, cut them off, then they're going to be in a really bad situation. We'll eventually be able to surround these troops. We're also going to spread then these 30 stacks all around here because they're going to want to, you know, cover this front line and stuff like that. And then when they're down to like stacks of 2 or 3, then that's when we can conquer them. So we're going to go up to speed 5 right away. There's no reason not to. Hopefully everyone's going to move. We should probably see now. So the reserves are chilling. So I want you guys to come over here. And I think the same thing's probably true. So wait, you're reserves. So you're orange. Oh, yeah. So actually, you know what? Let's put these guys back together again. Can I merge again? What if we did this? And we just did this. This is all 30. No, it's not. Dang it. This sucks. Alright, well, let's try this again. Oh, actually, no, there's still an easy way for us to do this. So let's highlight all of them. Yeah, see, these guys are all moving already. So we did get them moving like we wanted. Those are ships. So, yeah, okay, that's fine. So then we don't want you, and we don't want you. Whoopsie. I'm an idiot. So, you know what? Delete you. Because these are our good guys. Yeah, so these are the reserves. So let's just delete you. And we're just going to select everyone. And this will just be easier to do it this way. So, okay. Okay, I think we got it. Sorry, take me a minute. So, get all of these guys selected. Please. Please. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put them all on the front line. So, it looks like they're all leaving. So, get rid of Army 1. And there's 30 divisions here. So, that's exactly what we want. So, yeah. So, let's put the front line back here again. And we're just going to let them get over there. So does that mean all these guys are moving? No. No. So that means you need to come to like the nearest seaport so that you can then come over here. So whatever. So you'll go there for now. You are already moving off. You guys need to all come here. And I think if we just get them to move to the seaport, then in a couple minutes we can just say, hey, I want you to move. So same thing. You guys are all going to come over here. And I think we're good there. Okay, so then the other thing we want to do is let's grab all our ships. I don't know where all these ships are, but let's just start highlighting. And we're just going to group up all our ships. And we're basically just going to protect the coast from China. China's not going to have much of a navy early on because they start, you know, with a really small navy. So I think that's everyone. Nope, that's everyone. Yeah, okay. So then let's get you guys all here. And then we're going to merge you all up. So we're rolling on speed 5. We're probably going to roll on speed 5 for quite a bit of this. So let's merge all of these guys. Sweet. And let's give you an admiral. Give you this guy. Yeah. And then you guys are going to go on patrol, please. And we want you to patrol. Whoopsie. Yeah. We want you to patrol here, here. And that should be okay. And so you're basically going to protect the sea. If anything comes out, you're just going to blow it up. Sounds good. So now you guys are non-reserves. So come over here. Thank you. You guys are also not a reserve, so you come over here. And then these guys were also not reserves. So we'll get you guys all over there as well. Cool. I think that's everyone, right? We have a lot of little islands down here. So, I forgot to do this. So, we talked about how we wanted to switch America fascist. Oh, yeah, okay, we're flipping you. Okay, I forgot. I didn't think I did that yet. And we flipped you already? Yeah, okay, so we're getting both of these guys going. We do have 10 power now, so we're going to start improving relations with the United States then. We want them to like us. So, okay, good. It's really bad if you don't start getting the fascist party support right away. Even like a month, that's still pretty big. Okay, so I think this is pretty much everyone over here. On defense? Yeah. So, what I want to do is we're going to put this under an army commander. Oh, sorry. Yeah, an army group. And then these guys right here, we're also going to split. And we're going to create a new army. And then both of these guys are going to go under another commander. And we want you guys to go first, please. So, let's put our best commander here. Let's see, we got a little bit of armor in this group. Do we have armor in this group? No. So anyone that has armor. Cavalry. You know what, you have some cavalry, so I think I'm okay with that. Although we maybe would rather use the guy that's a level 5. You know what, I think I'm going to use the guy that's a level 5, and we'll put you here. And sorry, just kidding, we're going to put you here. And then we're going to split this group into 2 as well. And 2 groups of 15. And then these guys are mostly going to be infantry. So anything that's infantry is good. And then same thing here, mostly infantry. Reckless cavalry officer. I think I'm just going to keep you to the side. Okay, and then let's do our army commander. So then these are our field marshals. So offense, that sounds great. They're both offensive doctrines, so I like that. You actually have levels too. We could even level you up right now. This is new. I don't remember when this came into the game, but do the charismatic. Actually, do charismatic. Someone else could probably speak which is better. I'm gonna grab both apparently. Okay, that sounds good. And then we're gonna put our other guy here. Sounds good. So what we want then is we're gonna delete this order now that they're all over here, and we want you then to put a front line here. And so then we're going to give them an offensive line. So essentially this is saying, hey, eventually we want you to come over here and start taking all of this. Now, we're not going to have them attack out. We're going to let China mostly come and attack us. But eventually we will want to go take care of that. So then down here, we are going to want to take... Which one? These guys have a Marine. A single Marine. Yeah, let's do the naval invasion with you. So we're going to say naval invasion. We want you to go and attack here. And so these 15 troops are going to push over there. These guys, we don't have enough boats, so, and actually we're only taking 10 transports right there, so we actually don't even have enough boats to take all 15, so it's going to be what it is. I don't know, by the way, they always raise their autonomy, and I don't think there's any way to stop that early on. I don't know that for a fact. Oh, here's the other thing. We forgot to go back here and look at our resources. So, you know, you'll notice we're missing tires right now. So because of that, we're not producing as many fighters as we could per month. So let's see what we can get. So we can get some oil right now. And every factory, so we basically give them access to our civilian factory, and then they give us 8 of the resources. So what we can do is we can say, hey, I'll give you 1 more factory, and now this is going to be at -2. And for the rubber, let's trade with... We'll trade with the Dutch East Indies, that's fine. And -2 is not that big of a deal, so we'll leave it at that. In fact, we could stop some of our construction, like here, so that we don't need it as much, but I think it's fine. Like, we're just basically popping out the ships slower, which is okay. I don't care so much about that. So you guys all need quote-unquote orders, but that's fine. So we're going to leave you there. So you're now an Imperial Associate. That's fine. We did start our thing, right? I'm not an idiot. Yep. So we can see really quickly what everyone's doing. So Russia is doing the Great Purge. That's important because Russia has really bad officers to begin with. And so as soon as they basically get rid of the purge and stuff like that, that's when the Soviet Union can get a little dangerous. Germany is doing the Rhineland. And so This means they're probably going to start asking for territory around Europe pretty quickly. They're doing metropolitan France. That's fine. That's fine because that is not go with Britain. So we're happy with that. And I don't care so much about the UK. What's the US doing? WPA. Yeah. Yeah, as long as they don't come down here and start doing War Plan Black. That would be crappy. What's the UK doing? Limited rearmament. Okay. That's just giving them extra build slots. So, all right. By the way, as soon as we finish and start the war, we're then going to go and grab the research policy as quick as possible. So, actually, maybe we just want to do this one. No, mutually exclusive. Oh, that's the democratic one. So what's this one then? This might be just doing our own. I don't know. I don't know which one this is. London. But then this one says rekindle. Oh, I'll let one of you guys tell me which one's which. And then I'll tell you guys in a couple episodes when someone tells me. Or you can just join the comments and see it yourself. One or the other. So, oh, we do want to get training. So, hey, I need experience because I need to rework my divisions. So, here. So, we're going to basically have all our guys start exercising. You're supposed to be in this faction, please, too. Thank you. No. He wasn't in there, so we got to redo this. Yeah, we got to redo this. Because it was only doing it with only one of them. So, there you go. So, now it splits those factions up. Or the divisions up properly. There we go. And go here. Nope. So, let's try this one more time. Here, there you go. Thank you. If you do these plans like this, then essentially they get better attack and stuff like that the longer they basically prepare. So, liaison conference, thank you. By the way, I was a couple hours late on that. You're still doing great purge. 4-year plan. Which one's that one? Nah, yeah, so that basically improves infrastructure then. Okay. Yeah, you're now Imperial Authority, that's fine. You're doing defensive focus. Okay, once again, that's fine. And United States, committed on technocracy. Okay, that's fine too. So, that gives them research bonus. Alright. I think things are working out well for us so far. So, we're slowly getting army experience. When we get this to, I think 10 is when we can redo our infantry. And put them down to 20. Got our first tech done with. And so then what we're going to do is we're going to keep reducing research time, please. We're still missing resources. It's only -2. And it was only for planes, I think, and ships. So, not too concerned about that. By the way, hey, I can tab out of the game and the music keeps playing. Not all games allow me to do that. So, first episode, we're going to go a little longer. Just because it took so long to kind of explain how things are going. Right now, we're just going speed 5 and we're just advancing time. Because there's not really a whole lot for us to do. So, the other thing is, since we are fascists, we could just come here and justify war goal. Oh no, we need world tension up to 75%. Oh, maybe it's because we're not next to them? Can we justify here? No, it says 75% too. Maybe, I don't know. I always thought fascists could just declare war on anyone, but they have to justify it. Oh, here we go. So, we now have the Spanish Civil War. We would like nationalist Spain to win, so I'm going to go send them some volunteers. Hold up. First, we need some volunteers. No, these are our reserves. We want to take you, our tank, and you. Because these guys move really, really quick, which is very, very helpful in particularly this war. So we're going to send you some volunteers. We can send 3 whole divisions, which is perfect. We would like you to have the... Which one had the military one? I'm just going to give you the level 4. That's fine. And, okay. Now, let's go send them. So, we're going to have these volunteers sending over here. After a couple months, they're going to arrive over here, and we can actually start fighting this war on behalf of nationalist Spain. We want nationalist Spain to win because they're fascists. Democratic Spain is communist. Actually, wait. Republic Spain, aren't they supposed to be democratic? Why are you communist? Whatever. So we finished another national focus. We're going to keep going down this way. Thank you. Volunteers are in transfer. All right. Let's see what everyone's doing. Levain Mass, I think that's fine. Germany's doing West Wall. Okay, so they're still improving their stuff. You're doing air defense, and most importantly, what is the US doing? Support Rock Island. What? Oh, artillery and support technology. All right, that's cool. As long as they're not doing anything that's like Grand Plan Black, that's where things are bad. Okay, so our troops have now arrived in Lyon. Oh, up here. Oh, that's different. Usually they arrive down there. And it's the third time I've done it, and this is the first time they've actually gone up there. Ooh, so... yeah, let's go ahead and finish off these guys then. We'll come over here and we should have no problem winning. So you notice it says 57%. That means we are currently winning the battle. You'll notice we have a strength and we have organization. And actually both of our strength and organization is pretty terrible right now. So let's just move here and let's let them tick up for a bit. And let's see if we can get some flanks off. The biggest thing that you want to do is essentially just like flank enemy troops. So this is going to cross the river. But I still think this is okay because he's still being attacked from multiple directions. And we're just going to try eliminating as many of these troops as possible. We're going to be at war pretty quickly, so we just want to get as much damage done as possible. I think we want artillery, soft attack. I don't think I care about the land doctrine yet. And we need concentrated industry, because that's going to increase our factories. We probably should grab the other factory one too while we're at it, but... alright, so we're going to help win this one. As soon as it's at 100%, they're going to break. Now, we're crossing the river, which is giving us a pretty nasty negative, but we're just mostly supporting right now. And you'll notice his strength and organization is going to 0. So when you surround the enemy, they can't retreat, which means they're more likely to run away and die. So, I think we're going to come here, and we're going to push here. Because once we knock these guys out, then these guys should die. And then we're probably going to try surrounding these guys up. So they started supporting me. Thank you. So immediately, our attack got significantly higher. We got to keep an eye on our organization, because when that's at 0, we can no longer attack. So they are moving extra troops in, which is unfortunate. Dang it. We should have tried stopping that. And now we're losing the battle. Meh. Because he moved troops in. So let's try getting down here and let's attack a different direction. Where's my third one? Why are you way over there, dude? Yeah, we want to come kill this guy. So, the fact that these guys are being attacked right now means that they can't come and reinforce this guy, which is extremely helpful for us. So let's keep pushing. And this is going to allow me to basically cut off the rest of these guys over there. And so the reason we brought this mobile infantry is because of how quickly we can get over here and how quickly we can move with these guys. So we basically just now cut them off. And so now these guys are going to be in extremely low supply. We can actually take a quick look at the supply mode. If we figure out which one it is. Resistance, states, supply area. It's still green. Maybe you can't see the enemy supply. Yeah, you can see right there. So, if we looked at this right here, they should be taking a negative because of their supply, right? They should be. We're actually taking the negatives from the supply. No, that's them. Yeah. So they have low supply, so their attack's at negative 33%, which is pretty ridiculously high. So, okay. So we want to attack here, and we want to basically conquer them. I want to keep you here because I don't want to lose this tile. I forgot. We need more tech. Industry. Thank you. We're going to Marco Polo. So we almost certainly are going to have a war here pretty quick. So in 70 days, we're going to be declaring war, essentially. All right. Italy won its war against Ethiopia. That war starts before the game starts, so... yeah, these guys are about to all get wiped out, which they just did. So, cool. Let's go push here. And I think I'm going to push here. Reason for that is I don't want them to resupply. Now, we might want to hit this guy if we see them move, but we'll see. Real quick, what's happening around the world? Fortification focus, okay. Which one's this one? They just get a research bonus. All right. The thing where they start declaring war is down this way. Oh yeah, they can oppose Hitler. So they can actually go that way, which is kind of cool. Yeah, it's these right down here. And then that's when all of a sudden World War II starts, is when they start going down that way. But they usually don't want to do that right away because they want to build up their factory so they can pop out more units. Oh, I didn't also talk about any of this stuff up here. Stability, the more stability you have, the less likely you are to capitulate in a war. So China actually has a pretty low stability to start with. Yeah, they're only at 35%, which makes it pretty easy to get them to flip. Like, you don't need to take as many of these key points. Any of these territories that have like stars on them or these little points, right? Those are like main territories, and they give you bonuses towards getting them to surrender. War support gives you, look, mobilization speed, division attack. I think that's all it does. Manpower is how many troops you have. If you have no manpower, you can't build more troops. Convoys, that's how we get our resources, and then factories are how many factories we have. So, sounds good. Let's keep pushing. I think as soon as we are able to declare war, that's probably when we're going to wrap the episode up. So, okay, so you're pushing this way on me. That's fine. I don't care. France has a lot of troops on this border, by the way. I don't know if we're even going to be able to grab this before. And see, he's focused right now on this guy. Yeah, this war might be over, or we might end up having our own war before this ends up going on. So, our tank is no longer attacking. Go back into attack. Actually, you know what? Just come here and help out. And we just push this guy right here. Sweet. And you're going to go grab this real quick because you're faster than them. No, you're not. Dang it. But go like this. We'll go like this. And then I'm going to move my guy in here. And we're going to push you from 2 different points. Because you really just want to surround the enemy. As soon as you can surround them, you just start doing more and more damage. You see they're starting to get a little spread out, which is what's making this attack go really well for us. How's our organization? It's good. So, Marco Polo Bridge incident. Alright, I'm sorry, but it's time for war. Okay, so we want to come for our national policy. That's the one we do, right? Let me double check on this. Yeah, there's no other ones. Essentially, this gives us another research slot. So, sure. This also gives us more factories. Okay, and we have war goals. So now we have a war goal on Shaxi, Shaxi, whatever, and then also China. Now, as long as we don't declare war on them, if we declare war on them and China, then basically all these Chinese provinces kind of start teaming up against us. So we're only going to declare war on China. Just China. Just China. We'll call allies. We don't have any allies. So, all right, our war is officially begun. So we are going to launch. I forgot to stop my exercise. That's a bad. Yeah, that's a mistake. There's gonna be this. We're gonna end up having to do some of this. Whoopsie. So if you don't stop exercising, your morale is really, really low. And so you're basically gonna get your butt kicked really quickly. So we need to do that, we need to do that. Yeah. It's their organization, actually. And so they're just likely to break really, really quickly. So we don't want that. So, yeah, let's go back. They will pay for this. All right, let's try this one more time. We're going to come back down that way. Start. And we don't want to declare war on you. We want to declare war on you. So, hi, China. Guess what? We're now declaring war on you. Cool. So then, we now have our ships right here. We want you guys to go launch that naval invasion. And then you guys are basically just going to hold. So, you see it's yellow right now. That means because they're basically determining that this plan is risky. And then these guys are saying, yeah, the enemy is superior numbers, so we don't want to fight. But look, they have 20 troops right there. They have 18 right there. They have 20 right there. So they have a ridiculous number of troops right there, which is why we're going to try cutting them off. And once we start taking some of this territory down here, then these guys are basically going to be really easy to conquer. Other thing we need to do, and we had not done it yet, is we also have airplanes here. And we need to put all our airplanes on missions. We want normal operations. I want air superiority. And you can do close air support then. Where else do we have airplanes? We're going to move you over here. Probably just going to move all these guys. Yeah, because this is all that same area. So we're just going to move all of you guys over here. And we're going to put you over here as well. Yeah, we'll just let them get there. Let's see. Decision available. This allows us to essentially lose war support and stability, but we get a building slot. So no, I don't want that. I don't care about the other war goal. What was the other decision? You? No. Escalate war in China. So United States gains more war support. We don't want to give them a reason to come into war any quicker. Our volunteer forces are coming back, and I think we're good. So yeah, there's our allies. Basically, they're our puppets, so we kind of, you know, they have to join us. So all you guys are coming over here, and we want you all on normal. And we want you on this one and this one. And then you guys are standing by. You guys are all going to come over here. We should we should be able to win this pretty easily. Is that everyone? No, we still have naval bombers. So then you guys can do naval strikes. Congratulations. Do we have anyone else? Yes, you. Coming over here, same thing, do naval strikes. We might just want to merge you with these other naval ones. Yeah, just merge you guys. We're also missing production. So you'll notice we're losing carrier fighters. So we lost our first carrier fighter right away. So we want to get some of these guys being produced. Now we're only missing 2, so it's kind of minor right now. But, you know, eventually we'll want to take care of that. I think I'd rather keep going with what we have right now. We can lose a couple. I think that's good. I think these are all our planes now. We're all moving. Yeah. Oh, no. We still have these guys. I missed these guys. So we'll teach these Chinese. Yes. I should probably read those for you guys, but that's okay. So now that it's green, you can see that we have full control over it. Now, once again, China doesn't really have much of a military and or air force, so I'm not really concerned. And there's still an air wing that doesn't have anything. So these guys are just naval bombers again. We have so many naval bombers, man. Merge. Okay. Yep, we're good. All right, so we're going to wrap this first episode up here. Our war has officially begun. You'll notice that China is attacking us, but like, look at these numbers right now. They're attacking with a soft attack of 6. We're defending with a 63, or our defense is 276. So they're going to have a really hard time actually taking over any of our territories. Now, we are officially launching in on this port. They have a 68 defense, and you'll notice that we're 15, 16, 16. And that's a pretty big negative, too, because we're doing naval warfare. So our normal attacks aren't going to be that bad. But we will go grab this port. Once we grab this port, we're then going to be able to move all our troops over here as well. And we're going to be in a really, really great spot to basically push against China. It looks like he started moving some troops back. Yeah, so he's already a little worried about what's about to happen. So we should be able to take China out pretty quickly. From there, like I said, we're going to keep going south, and then we'll see. So you're still working on neighbors. You are now 22% fascist. All right. You are liking me a little more, but not a whole lot quite yet. We're up to 59 opinion. I kind of feel like we should improve relations with France, too. The thing is, I really want him to flip to fascist before Germany declares war on him. And in fact, like I said, we might try just staging a coup. We'll have to see. You know what? Let's go ahead and improve relations. Yeah. What were you doing? You're doing Alpine forts. I think we're fine with that. And Germany is doing more infrastructure stuff. So, all right. So if you guys enjoyed this episode, drop a like, comment, let me know what I'm missing. Let me know any advice you guys have. Like I said, I'm usually an episode ahead. So, oh, we can see right here. He has freaking 5 ships right now. I have a lot more. I have 186 ships to his 7. I think some of those are convoys, though. So, yeah, our Navy is just going to absolutely decimate him. So, anyways, yeah, and since it's a new series, any support you guys can offer it is awesome. So, don't forget about the subscribe button either. I'll see you guys later. Bye.